Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. It's the afternoon. I did check the morning turnip prices though, and they were 72 bucks. So, it is holding stable in the 70s. So that's not the worst sign. Stow, our mother, supposedly. Something for you. I was cleaning my house and came across this. I guess I bought it, but I don't remember doing it. Anyway, I really want you to have it. I won't take no for an answer. You have Costello. And then our supposed mother, on our way home last night, we got in a sudden rainfall, sharing an umbrella, and made your dad blush. Yeah, I don't got one of those, so it's definitely not my mother. A mama panda, and a paw umbrella. I should really, like, I know I've already talked about this, but I really need to, like, clear out my letters a little bit. No, I don't want to read. I'm getting ahead of the menus. There we go. 2 gold nuggets. I think I've got a third one stored in a letter in the post office. But I'm too lazy for that. I think I might actually just have a third one here. It'd be on the bottom of this one. Yes, I do. Okay. Convenient. And I don't really want that. I'll keep this. Keep the egg basket. Shearling coat. I'll sell the camo umbrella. I don't need an umbrella stick. I don't need that. I have been exceedingly lazy today. It's like, I have not done, like, anything all day. Which sucks. I hate when I do this, but at the same time, like, it's literally just a case of I just haven't really felt like doing anything. I've played some Eve, but that's really about it. Got into a small argument surrounding Eve, because of course I did. This was basically an argument around ship fittings. I kind of wear the badge of pride of being called a fittings wizard. Like, I've... Even since getting back playing the game, I've had people that I used to fly with come to me and be like, oh, hey, you're back! Hey, can you help me with a fit? Like, I know what I'm doing, you know? And I also will fully admit, I can get kind of lazy. My mission running ships, for example, are all Omni-fit. Basically, or at least as omni-fit as I can manage with them, just because I'm lazy. I don't like shifting resists around. It is technically the best, but I don't like doing it. I'm lazy, I'll admit that. And between my Omni resist fits and a solid resist fit, there's going to be around a 10-15% resist difference. Which, I mean, that's not an insignificant amount of resist. But basically, I've reached the point. Dina wants to buy a tree. You know what? That's fine. That's the Peshira. We don't really make impulse purchases, but buy it! Buy it! Buy it! It's so much fun. I've come to the realization that ships with a built-in resist bonus, they'd probably be better if that was literally anything else. And I've come to that conclusion after flying the Abaddon for a while, which is an Amarian battleship with a laser damage bonus and a resist bonus. It gets 4% resist per level to all of its resists. Which, if that was flat 4%, no stacking penalties, would be amazing, but it's not. It's not. So it's not even close to what the bonus says, which is annoying. Cheddar, hello, Parmesan. What's up? Want chat? Hey, I have a great idea. When you come to my place right now, we can talk about all sorts of stuff, and then feel like, yes, that's great. Yep. Paula! Oh man, I need your help. I don't know what to do. My favorite magazine's been discontinued. It's gonna be lost without learning languages underwater. The huge page count really sold it. I guess that sort of content, there was no need to be weekly. They probably just burned out. I gotta read now, sister. I have never seen that, or at least I don't remember ever seeing a villager go on like that before. I think Paula was going to ask as well to like go to a home, and where I already agreed to go to Penelope's and she was already following me, it couldn't happen, so it has a different dialogue? Maybe? So man, this thing is really uncomfortable at times. Self at home. I will! Just take your time. I don't like how they always have trap seats, but this isn't. This is clearly the music chair. Penelope. So picky about how it's summer room, but it's something you love, right? Can I please buy one of these fossils from you? Maybe? Maybe? But those are the only things that I would want. I was really hopeful. I did. It's right here. I'd like to buy these. Okay, well, does she have any wall furniture? Doesn't look like it. Tree. Everyone has a patria. I'll buy it. How is this even gonna work where it's right in the corner and she can't really get in here? Okay, it's just... okay, just does that. But yeah, like... My main point of comparison is especially now that the Apocalypse, another Amarian battleship, also now has a damage bonus. Just over there, it's a little sticky. I dropped some funnel cake the other day. That's fair. My place something seems better when you're in it, Parmesan. But yeah, like, the Apocalypse now has a damage bonus that isn't quite as big as the Abaddon's. But it's a big enough damage bonus to, at level 5 battleship, put them roughly 60 DPS apart. As in, with a fit on the Abaddon, to forego a resist, which leaves it literally on par with the Apocalypse, so it doesn't even have a tanking advantage. It only gets 60 more DPS, and its fit is so unstable that you can't run a propulsion module. You're just slow boating everywhere, which is basically the shorthand for not having a propulsion module. And that can get really annoying in some missions. Now, this is entirely in the context of PvE. PvP, maybe the resist bonus would matter, but even then, not really, because if you're PvPing and you're using Amarian battleships, you're using the Navy Apocalypse, because it has the highest effective hit points of any battleship. You're using it. Like, that's just what you're doing. You're not using the Abaddon, and the Navy Apocalypse doesn't have a resist bonus. It doesn't need it. But it tanks better than the Abaddon does. Like, and outputs the same DPS that the Abaddon would, because they have the exact same damage bonus at that point. Like, I really wish that they would just do anything else instead of a resist bonus. it's so annoying. Like, because I like the Abaddon. I have a skin for it and everything. Like, I like the ship. But it's so bad. Brag on my bookshelf. People think I only read fashion magazines. But I read everything I get my hands on. I'm gonna be the world's smartest supermodel. Don't doubt it. Time to go shopping, end up with more and more stuff. Maybe I should go shopping. Nah. I'm gonna go now, though. I mean, I have been here a while. I love it. I love it! What? Oh, don't worry about hurting my feelings. I hope you're being brutally honest, Parmesan. I had to make sure I didn't accidentally unplug the mic cable. Doing the Tomska, I love it. I just don't have the horse mask. I don't think I'd want the horse mask. Given I've heard those tend to be made of vinyl, I would probably be highly allergic to it. And anyone who's never watched Tomska has no idea what I'm referring to, and I feel like that makes it even better. The Asked If movie guy, if you want to know who Tomska is. Yeah, like, basically this little argument was this person arguing that, you know, oh, well, the Abaddon could just give up or resist to have an extra damage mod, except it kind of can't because it's still unstable. It's with giving up that resist, it does technically gain 1 damage mod, but you then also have to upgrade one of your cap rechargers to a Navy one, or you're unstable. Hey, Steven. Sorry it took me so long to get together and move. I mean, you totally told me to move to town when I was your camping, remember? So I did. Look, I gotta spend some time straightening up this mess, but let's try to schedule a playdate soon. Yeah! I kind of love Cookie. I like her house already. I want to see this when it's done. But, like, the Abaddon normally has 1 damage mod. Once you make all the adjustments to remove the resist and put a 2nd damage mod on, because it also increases rate of fire and thus capacitor usage of the lasers, that's when you get a 60 DPS boost over the Apocalypse. Without it, the Apocalypse is literally better. Ew, I can't believe I had a flea on me. Oh, I'll be itching all week. I don't know how this happened. I shower all the time. Please don't tell anyone about this. You heard her, guys. No telling nobody. Not allowed. I'll send you to 6-7 jail if you tell anybody about Dina's fleas. But, like, it's a little annoying of just how unviable the Abaddon. Because, like, even in the context of PvP, the only reason I can think of that you would ever want to use the Abaddon over the Apocalypse, even just standard Apocalypse, is if you're trying to make your fleet a little cheaper. Because the hull itself is cheaper. But that's really the only thing. Like, they already in the past shifted the Armageddon away from what it used to do into a drone ship, because it simply had no reason to exist. It had less damage output than the Abaddon, and only slightly more than the Apocalypse, with basically a mix of the two's bonuses. Like, it had the capacitor reduction per level of the Apocalypse. Hey, you wanna come back to this shore? Wanna come back to this shore? Hopefully it'll stay there. Ooh. Oops. Right, I can't raise the camera. Oh no. Huh. But it's right there. It was on the surface. It's a diving beetle. I must have it. I must have the diving beetle. I love how yesterday I was like, I'm gonna try and talk more about this game that I'm playing instead of other things. And today I'm like, so EVE Online. This diving beetle is also just trolling me. I was literally trying to raise the camera like I would in New Horizons. Coffee. Is it gonna... Oh, come on. You... Really? 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 Also, I know there was a Nintendo Direct yesterday. But because of how I record, that Direct hasn't happened yet for me. Diving beetle! It's like I have a sonar or something. Nah, I just have something Blathers is gonna hate. That's all I got. Okay, my inventory is not messed up. Good, 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 good. But yeah, I'll be talking about the Direct tomorrow. I know you guys will be wanting to talk about it, and if you guys leave a comment talking about it, I can reply talking about stuff from the Direct, because I'll have probably watched it by the time you guys are leaving a comment on this. But, yeah, time is a funny thing. Please don't want my diving beetle. I said please don't want it. I do have one. Sure. I'll need to remember to buy another one. Though, I mean, I don't really care about completing the museum. I've probably already missed things that aren't gonna come around until, like, next year. And I'll be doing a different game next year. Hi, Sian. Does bad weather make you sleepy too? Nah, not really. Stop. I noticed your shovel. You're about to bury a pitfall seed, are you? Hope not. Nice following those stupid things. We got one. It's in the corner of town. Don't worry, bud. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. Unless Sahara ends up triggering it at some point, or some other special villager. But yeah, I honestly, I'm kind of excited to see what gets talked about in the Direct. I'm really hoping for some Splatoon Raiders news, because they literally just did a let's get you caught up on Splatoon's universe video on the official Nintendo channel. And Splatoon Raiders comes out next month. Like, literally, it's coming out in July. And there's been like 2 trailers. Like, I need information, Ninty. Give me all the information. I need it. I need the information. Why keeping it from me? Want me to not have information, Ninty? I'm gonna get that information. Probably by playing the game, but I'm gonna get it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna stay up today to watch the Direct, because IRL for me at the moment, the Direct is happening in 6.5 hours. So, like, I'll probably just stay up. Because, like, it's very much one of those things where it's like, it's not gonna hurt me too much to do it. I'm good. I sold the bug I was gonna donate. Because I'm too nice for my own good sometimes. Most of the time. I don't remember who it was told me I was too nice for my own good. But that has honestly kind of stuck with me, and yeah, it's kind of true a lot of the time. It's nice friend indeed. I wish I could say the same, Peck, but you kind of give me the creeps sometimes. Not as much as the rabbit did, but you were pretty close. O'Hare, that was his name. Once he starts showing up. Hey, Henry. Hey, Steven. How you doing? Couldn't hang out in Oracle these. Hey, Sabes. I'm good. Might you be shopping for today? You can do some clothes shopping, just let me know. I'm good for today. But, yeah. I'm trying to think of other things that I would be interested in announcements for. If they were to do another trailer for Pokemon Winds and Waves, I think I would cry. Like, just what we've seen so far of Pokemon Winds and Waves has me so excited. The thing that kinda stings is, like, it's gonna be the first generation in a while that I won't have somebody directly to share the experience with. Because, like, I could stream it, and at the moment I'm honestly kind of thinking I might once it comes out, just so I have people to share the experience with, because, like, that's honestly the most fun part of Pokemon to me, is being able to share the experience. But I also, like, unless I sit down and do, like, stream after stream, like 10 to 12 hour streams, I'm gonna get annoyed. Because, like, I know I stream longer when I do stream than I did when Sword and Shield came out, but man, did doing those streams really annoy me, because, like, at the time I'd only stream for like 2-3 hours instead of like the 5 to 5.5 hours I've been doing when I stream. I really need to get back to streaming. I know I do. At this point, I'm not getting that feeling. I'm just struggling to find time in the day to actually do it. So I might shift my schedule again so I can try to work other things into everything. Instead of doing, like, 6 streams a week, do, like, 4, you know? With the potential for bonus streams. Because, let's be real, I could kind of just stream whenever I wanted. I could finish recording this and go live. I shouldn't. I still need to edit. Yesterday's video? That's still sitting as raw footage on my computer right now. It needs to be up in 13 hours and 20 minutes. And I've not edited it yet. I'm very good at this YouTube thing, as you can tell. I get the feeling, because it was announced at the Final Fantasy Fan Fest, I get the feeling that probably part of the Direct will just be another announcement for Final Fantasy XIV coming to the Switch 2. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of how they're doing it. And I understand it's not entirely on Square. I'm not putting the blame on Square here. But, if you want to play Final Fantasy XIV on PC and Switch, You can use the same account, but you have to buy a second subscription. On, like, but you know, you don't need Nintendo Online, but you need to buy a second subscription. Which tells me that they were probably presented the options by Nintendo to either route through Nintendo's servers. So what is the tournament price? $6.7. They were either probably given the option to like route through Nintendo servers, or they would have to charge for a second subscription so Nintendo could get a cut. And rather than just Nintendo Online it, they decided to just do a second subscription, which costs more than just buying Nintendo Online. Make it make sense. Like, that's my assumption anyway. Like, I can't know for sure. We don't know the exact deal that went down. But that's kind of what it feels like. So it's like, I don't know about this one, Chief. I'll also say I am feeling a little better today than I was yesterday. I don't have a migraine again. My stomach is still a bit upset, and I don't entirely know why. But it's been better today. I've only coughed a little bit. I didn't cough a huge amount yesterday either, but there was a bit of coughing, which usually only happens when I'm either playing Gen 1 Pokemon or I'm sick. So of which, thinking of Pokemon Quetzal, you don't need HMs. So my having missed an HM, thanks to random items, literally doesn't matter. It's great. I love that. I love that so much. Because, like, I was honestly about to restart my run when I was told, no, you actually don't need HMs. And it's like, oh, okay. I'll take that. Cheetos. And now my other nostril's itchy. God damn it. Okay, if she's watching that butterfly, I'm gonna leave it alone. I gotta say, I do kind of miss that animation from New Horizons where, like, your villagers will, like, follow bugs around and, like, stare at them and inspect them. Like, that was so cute. There's a lot of little animation stuff with New Horizons I really like. I know saying stuff like that, it can be taken as, oh, you're not liking New Leaf. It's like, no, I'm loving this. I love Animal Crossing. I could be playing the very first Animal Crossing, and I can guarantee you I'd probably still be loving it. Like, I could be playing a game that's just Animal Crossing adjacent, and I would probably still like it as long as it's this gameplay. Like, I have to sneeze. I have sneezed. yeah. Trying to think through more things that, I'm thinking might be seen at the Direct. I know there's probably going to be a lot of stuff I just don't care about. Because, like, this feels like a sit down and yap kind of moment, which is what I'm going to do. I know I could be, like, just fishing, but sitting down and yapping works. I feel like the old man shouting at clouds. But, man, do I really just not like a lot of modern games. And I honestly feel like it's not that the games are objectively bad. It's they've become too safe. And the games that are really sticking out to me as, like, special experiences that I loved, that I've played in recent years, aren't safe. And what I mean by that is, like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Quite literally, those are Pokemon games that reference death, that have a basically dying dog as one of the plot points. Like, it's very non-Pokemon. Like, you know, heavy bullying to the point of people not coming to the school is another core theme. Like, there's a lot to Scarlet and Violet that you just wouldn't see in older Pokemon games. And it really stands out to me as just something special. And I feel like that's part of my issue with playing ZA, is so far, it's been safe. It's not done anything special. Like, and like a lot of AAA games are just, they're doing the safe thing. They're doing what they know is going to make money, and even then, sometimes it doesn't, because development costs have just ballooned to such an exorbitant amount. This is just full podcast hours. Like, we've seen the credits of New Leaf. There is not that many credits to this game. I don't know how much New Leaf cost to make, but I would guess probably in the 15 million range? If even that. That might even be way too high. I'm probably well overestimating it. I'm trying to mentally scroll the credits through my head. It might not even be, like, more than $1 million or $2 million. Like, it definitely wasn't terribly expensive. But, like, I can guarantee you the next Animal Crossing game is gonna have credits, and I know New Horizons is bigger than New Leaf's for the credits. The next one's probably gonna be twice that size. And that's a problem. Because I'm gonna use the context of another field to explain why large development teams are a problem. And honestly, any of you working even retail could probably attest to this. A larger team does not equal more productivity. Imagine you're a chef, and your boss hires a second chef to be in your kitchen. Because, hey, 2 chefs, twice as fast. And maybe you get like a 50% speed increase from having the second chef, assuming they completely follow all delegation. They become your sous chef. That's fine. And then he goes, well, that worked out pretty well. It wasn't the doubling they wanted, but let's hire 2 more. Maybe that'll get the doubling. Because if one gives 50% more, hiring 2 more chefs, well, that'll be not 2 more 50% increases in productivity. That's a 100% boost. Except that would actually lower overall productivity, because now you've got 4 chefs all trying to work the same stations at the same time, getting in each other's way. The same thing happens with game development. Like, there's a reason a lot of famous games from the past had like 4 to 6 artists maximum. And it's because the moment you start going past that, well, you get one artist who designs this, and another artist who designs this, but they're in almost completely just contradictory styles to each other. They weren't talking to each other the whole time, so neither of them knew, and now basically both pieces need to be thrown out because they're not usable. Because neither of them were actually this, which is what was supposed to be being done. Like, it can kind of work when you're doing 3D modeling work, and that just comes down to, like, as long as you've got a core of 4 to 6 people making the base models, and everyone else is just told, texture this the way that it should be textured, that's fine, but even then they could just do the texturing and it would probably be faster and closer to what's actually gonna look good. You know, programming. You don't need 60 to 80 programmers. A lot, once again, of really good old games had 1 to 5 programmers. Like, there's a lot of games from, like, the Atari era that were hits at the time, who were being programmed by teenagers in their bedrooms. And these are full AAA games at the time. Like, and to people who played them at the time, those are probably special experiences. A lot of, there's a fair few Atari games that are just good, special games. Like, now, I mean, if you want to lean more like N64 era, that's when dev teams started getting into like the 25 to 30 person range. And like, I'm not counting like external contracting. So like games often would have an external contract with translators. I'm not counting them as part of the dev team, because they weren't part of the dev team. They were contractors hired in to translate the game. And like, oftentimes as well, you'll get like an engine will insist that some of their people come along to help understand the engine. And they'll be counted in the credits, but they're also not really part of it. But like, dev teams these days are like 80 to 120 plus people. And it's too many people. Like, and that's where a lot of budget goes. Another large chunk of budget of the costs ballooning is marketing. I don't know how true this data still is, but around a decade ago, half of a game's budget was marketing. So when you would hear like, they spent $20 million on this game, 10 million of that was marketing. Like, you don't need that. I mean, you want a prime example of you don't need that? Mina the Hollower. I can guarantee you, they did not spend double their budget, or equal to their budget, on marketing. Like, the budget to actually make the game. They did not double their total budget to market their game. Like, a lot of the marketing they did was just simply going, hey, we're making a game. Okay, we'll tell you when it's done. Like, That was more or less the marketing. They did a trailer for the release. I think they might have done a few other trailers, but like, they're just releasing trailers onto their own channels, and they talked with basically content creators who played Shovel Knight. It's the same developers. And, you know, those content creators were like, hey, yeah, cool, Shovel Knight was great. Yeah, I'll tell people about your game. Hollow Knight Silksong. That game was in development for how long? And it's still with barely any information or trailers until it just appeared. And it broke Steam. It broke every online store when it released. Activision Blizzard wishes they could do that with a release. And they spend so much money on marketing. Maybe marketing is not as valuable as you think it is, guys. I love how this has just turned into a podcast. I could sit here for the next 2-3 hours just talking off the cuff about the issues I have with current game development. Honestly, I think the biggest issue I have, and it's somewhere I was kind of getting to, is remasters that completely forgo the spirit of the original. And I'm referring to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with this. Like, I get the argument that, well, if you wanted to play the original, just go play the original. Yeah, that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted when I heard that Final Fantasy VII was getting remade. What I wanted was effectively what happened with Star Ocean Second Story R. They took the core game that players loved and expanded it. They kept the gameplay, but they added to it. They added in the partner actions. They rebalanced a lot of moves. They added new moves. They added new weapons. They didn't rebalance the progression in the way that I would have liked, because, like, I know I've talked about this before, but, like, the Valkyrie armor, you're never going to use it. Ever. There's never a reason to. Because the moment you can make the Valkyrie armor, you can make reflecting plates, which are better. And everyone can equip reflecting plates that can equip the Valkyrie armor. And it's better. So you're never going to use the Valkyrie armor. Like, I wish they would have made the progression there a little more linear so that you actually have to progress through those armors so that more of them are usable. But, you know, that was fine. They added new super bosses. They added, with an update, more difficulties. Another difficulty. They made the game just simply harder. They added counterattacking to the battles, which feels natural, like it was always meant to be there. Like, they redesigned the world, but in a way that made it exactly what you always envisioned it to be. That is what I wanted from Final Fantasy VII. I wanted that turn-based battling with better progression, more balancing, more skills, maybe a few extra features to the battling. Make it, instead of complete turn-based, make it more Star Ocean-y. Make it so you can pause to access, like, spell menus and such, but, that it's basically have a hybrid of what they did for Rebirth's combat and JRPG. Like, I would be okay with that. Like, people are too impatient for JRPGs these days, apparently, even though Expedition 33 sold amazingly well, and everyone was like, that's gonna send a message to the AAA industry. It didn't. It really didn't. And, like, if you're watching this and you love Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I love that for you. Like, I really mean that. I love that for you. I'm glad you enjoy the game. But boy, is it not what I wanted out of it. Like, yes, I could go and play the original Final Fantasy VII, which I have gone on record saying I'm not a fan of. I think it's the second worst Final Fantasy game. Third worst. Because 8 and 13 both exist. And I've never played 16, so maybe it's the fourth worst. I don't know yet. But I've definitely not heard anything good about 16, really, outside of apparently the story was decent. But it didn't sell well enough for them to even completely finish the story. But, you know, I really don't like the remakes that just completely forego the spirit of the game. It just feels wrong. You know? Like, it would be like... It'd be like publishing a book. And then, you know, like Lord of the Rings. It'd be like taking Lord of the Rings and turning Lord of the Rings from a fantasy novel that honestly at times does explain things a little too well into a sci-fi short story collection with the same general idea. Like, that maybe that's a little bit of an extreme analogy, but it be along those lines. Like, you're taking something that maybe was a bit slow, maybe a bit dated, and just completely turning it on its head and being like, well, this is life now. This is what you get. You know, it's the same basic plot line, but even that's been shuffled around, and because of how they're doing Rebirth every new game, you're starting again. So, you know, there's no real progression as you go, and like, it's just, I don't get it. It's not for me. Which, that's fine. Not every game needs to be for me. If they were, I imagine a lot of people probably would not like gaming. Because I have very weird tastes. Though I say that, I also have very diverse tastes. But I have definitely sat here and yapped long enough. I have been in full podcast mode for like, what, 20 minutes? That's gonna be it for this one. I'll probably be yapping even more tomorrow, assuming the Direct was good. The Direct will have to be good, so it better be good, Nintendo. I mean, I don't know if people like me podcasting, but, you know. That is it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. See you all then.